Are you considering moving to Park Circle in North Charleston, South Carolina? If you're relocating here and researching different areas, you've probably heard some people recommend Park Circle as a really desirable place to live. Well, in this video, we're going to explore both the pros and the cons of Park Circle and see if it's a good fit for you. Park Circle has grown a ton in recent years. It's really hip and is attracting people of all ages. It's a historic part of Charleston that started getting built in the early 1900s, and it just has a ton of character. So let's go ahead and get started with today's video. By the way, hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a realtor here in the Charleston, South Carolina area, and I love helping people buy and sell real estate every single day. If I can help you as well, I would be honored to earn your business. My contact information is pinned below, both in the comments and in the description, and I would love to help you make your smooth move to Charleston. Now, if you are moving to the area, I have a lot of pros and cons videos just like this one of different areas. So if you're looking to go to Mount Pleasant, James Island, Johns Island, Somerville, and now Park Circle, then I would definitely recommend checking out the other pros and cons videos right after this one. The first pro of Park Circle is its accessible location. It's 20 minutes or less to downtown Charleston and 25 minutes to downtown Somerville. It's close to the Charleston Coliseum, the Performing Arts Center, the Convention Center, and Tanger Outlets, all just down the road. So between all of those different venues, you're going to be very close to just about any show or concert that comes through the area. You're also close to the airport. You're only about 6 miles. And 7 miles to the Joint Base. So if you are relocating here on orders and you will be working at the Joint Base, then Park Circle is a very close location. Park Circle is easy to get to right off of 526 or Interstate 26. So again, you have multiple ways to get here, which makes it very accessible no matter what part of town you're coming from. The second pro is the number of things to do, as well as the walkability to restaurants, bars, shops, and breweries. Park Circle is well known for its lively dining and nightlife scene. East Montague is the main street that runs through Park Circle. It used to be the main street, so it's a historic street. Now it's called East Montague, and you have your pick of so many incredible restaurants. Some of my favorites are Basil for Thai food, Lola's for authentic Cajun, Evo for pizza, and Orange Spot for coffee. I think Orange Spot has one of the best lattes in all of Charleston. There are a lot of other restaurants as well, not on East Montague, but just down the road. Don't miss out on the Junction for breakfast, the Codfather for real fish and chips, Sesame for burgers, Jackrabbit Philly for Chinese, and Rebel Taqueria just down the road, technically not in Park Circle, but it's not far. And that is one of my personal favorite taco places in the entire Charleston area. As far as breweries go, you've got Holy City Brewing, Common House Ale Works, and Coast Brewing. A lot of those will have live music and just other events throughout the year. Park Circle is also home to Firefly Distillery. Firefly is the original sweet tea vodka, and originally they were on Wadmalaw Island near Johns Island, but they moved to Park Circle, and I think that was a really good call. You can tour the distillery, grab a drink, of course, and they also do a lot of events there, like vintage markets and concerts in the summer. So all of this walkability and just options of places to eat and things to do, of course, make Park Circle really desirable. It has this intimate kind of small town feel. Some people even say that it's like a very mini downtown Charleston vibe. So I'd personally say it's more like downtown Charleston meets Savannah or somewhere else more artsy. Park Circle is known for being very artsy and hip. It's home to a ton of antique and vintage shops and really just feels like this cultural hub. The third pro about Park Circle is that it is community centric. The name of Park Circle actually comes from the park that's inside a traffic circle with a grid of streets coming off of it. us, Park Circle. Right now, they are completely redesigning this inner park. The city of North Charleston acquired this land a couple years ago, and ever since it's been in the process of redevelopment. They really tried to reimagine this space to meet the modern community's needs. They're really close to completion. It should be open by the end of 2023, and what they have coming is super exciting. They're going to have an inclusive baseball field with artificial turf, as well as the largest inclusive and accessible playground in the entire Southeast. It's going to be 55,000 square feet and welcomes children and adults of all ages and abilities. They're doubling the size of the community center, and it's going to have both cultural arts and recreation amenities, including a theater, performance and event space, meeting rooms, nature garden, open green space, walking trails, and a farmer's market area. All in all, this new space is going to be one of the most state-of-the-art facilities in the entire Charleston area. I can't wait to see it. Park Circle also has a disc golf course that goes around the circle, as well as a butterfly garden. It's home to Quarterman Park, which has a small pond with ducks you can feed. As a quick PSA, please don't feed ducks bread. They can't digest it, and it expands in their stomachs. If you go to the park, you can put in, I think it's $0.25, and you can get some special food that are for the ducks. So if you want to feed them, just get the food straight from the park. Park Circle is also home to Riverfront Park on the Cooper River. This is 10 acres of walking trails, fishing piers, a boardwalk, a rotating sculpture garden, and a naval base memorial. They have countless festivals and events here throughout the year. Just to name a few, they have the Charleston Food and Wine Festival, the High Water Music Festival, a beer festival, a chili cook-off, Riverfront Revival, which is a musical festival that Darius Rucker came up with a couple of years ago. They do Juneteenth holidays, 4th of July festivities, and many, many others. If you're into a social club, there's a neighborhood that's called Mixon that has a club you can join. It has a heated saltwater pool, a restaurant, a fitness club, and it's just a pretty trendy spot. Right down the road from Park Circle is also the former Navy Yard. The Navy was huge here in the Charleston area, and in 1996, it actually closed down the base here. It was a huge change for the area, and since then, not much has been going on in this part of town. However, that's all about to change because it's being transformed into a thriving, mixed-use urban center development called the Navy Yard Charleston. This is a 70-acre area along the Cooper River, and there's going to be 1.2 million square feet total, including residences, office spaces, green spaces, shopping and dining areas, and an outdoor events venue and a concert hall. Though the Navy Yard Charleston will have extensive renovations, the developer is making a commitment to preserve the area's character, history, and architectural detail. The development team is also committed to supporting the local economy and plans to establish a neighborhood employment program to help stimulate economic growth. The program will reserve project-specific positions for local residents living in the neighborhood and have a training program that helps job seekers strengthen their skills. I don't know when this project is going to be completed. It just started breaking ground, so it's probably going to be at least a couple of years, and I'm guessing it's going to come out in phases, but I'm really excited to see the transformation of this space while also still honoring its thriving history. Park Circle in general also just has a ton of festivals throughout the year. Their biggest one is probably the St. Patrick's Day Parade and Festival. They also do an Arts Fest every year, Pride Parades, a Harvest Fest, Veterans Day Parade, and holiday celebrations. Okay, so to wrap up our pros, if you love a close sense of community, if you love walking to hotspots, shops, and restaurants, and in general just being in a great accessible location, then you're going to love Park Circle. Moving on to our cons, our first con is that it's pricier than the rest of North Charleston. In the MLS, we break things up into different sections. So the part of town that Park Circle is in is called North Charleston inside of 526. The overall median price in this area for a single family home is $338,500. However, the Park Circle median price in 2022 was $438,000, or $322 as a price per square foot. Now, prices this year in 2023 so far have remained pretty steady, but just know that the real estate in Park Circle is going to vary greatly. I mean, it's a huge diversity. You've got some homes that are over 100 years old. You have brick ranches, you have renovated homes, craftsman style homes, traditional style homes. Overall, it's mostly no HOAs. So if you like that, then again, Park Circle is going to be a great fit for you. Just know that because a lot of these homes are older, maybe from the 50s, 60s, 70s, they're typically going to be smaller, and a lot of them are going to need some updating. And if it is already updated, then you're certainly going to be paying more than the median price I mentioned a moment ago of $438,000. There are also some new construction communities in Park Circle. I mentioned the Mixon Club earlier. This neighborhood is really cool. It's newer. It's got some really modern townhouses, as well as homes that, even though they're new, they're made to look more like historical Charleston homes. So definitely check out that neighborhood if that sounds like a good fit for you. There are some other new construction homes currently building. I just toured one the other day, still in the framing stage, but that is currently listed at $750,000. So as you can tell, there really is a huge range and variety in Park Circle. Even if it is a little bit pricier than some of its neighboring communities, people who live in Park Circle absolutely love it. I know a few people who live there and they just have so much pride for Park Circle and they can't imagine living anywhere else. I also want to quickly mention that there are a fair amount of Airbnbs, aka short-term rentals, in the Park Circle area. North Charleston doesn't have a lot of restrictions or regulations on short-term rentals, whereas most of the rest of the Charleston area does. So it's encouraged a lot of investors to go to the Park Circle area, especially because it is such a popular hotspot. So I just wanted to mention that in case that's a con for you, or just something that might bother you if you are looking at a home to buy. You might just want to double check on the neighbors and see if that's a primary residence or if it's an investment property. Maybe it's going to have people coming and going if it is an Airbnb. Now, that could also change at any time. A lot of the local areas around here have continued to increase regulations on short-term rentals, so it's possible that North Charleston in the future could also either straight out ban it or have much stricter conditions. So it might not always be that way, but I just wanted to quickly mention it. The second con is that it's actually not super close to many grocery stores. There are some smaller markets and little shops, but there are no big name grocers within Park Circle itself. There is a Food Lion just on the other side of 526 on Remount Road, and a Piggly Wiggly. Otherwise, you have to go into Hanahan to get to a Lowe's Food. So this might not be a huge deal. It's not super far to get to the grocery store, but depending where you live in Park Circle, it could be a 10-minute drive. So if you just want something that's literally right outside your door or just a couple minutes away, you're going to have to travel a little bit further to get to the big grocery stores here. The third con of Park Circle are the train tracks. The train tracks do go through this part of North Charleston. So depending where you live, you will need to take that into consideration, that you may be able to hear the train from your home. One of my friends who lives there doesn't even hear it anymore. Apparently you get used to it. I kind of think that that might wake me up every night as the train goes by, but maybe not. Maybe it is something that just becomes white noise eventually. Even if you might not be able to hear the train from your particular home in Park Circle, you still need to expect delays sometimes. When the train goes by, obviously the gate goes down and you're just kind of stuck there until the train passes. I've been stuck there for easily over 10 minutes before. So if you're in a hurry, it can just be a little bit frustrating. Okay, there you have it. Those are our pros and cons of Park Circle. If you live in Park Circle or have been here before, I'd love to hear your opinions. Please leave your pros and cons in the comments below. And if you are moving here and have any questions, please also leave a comment below. If you found this video helpful, I would be very grateful if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first one to know about all things Charleston. And if you really want to be a Charleston insider, you can sign up for my weekly newsletter. It's absolutely free, goes out every Thursday. It has a calendar of upcoming events as well as local news, local business spotlights. And it's a really helpful resource for people to get to know Charleston if you're moving here. And even the people that already move here who get the newsletter say that they learn something every single week. The link to sign up for the newsletter is below. All you do is put in your name and email, and then you'll be on the list. Again, if I can help you buy or sell in the Charleston area, I would absolutely be honored. My contact information is all pinned below, so please reach out to me anytime. That wraps up today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.